Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's story is The Dogman of Dartmoor, a haunted legend born of blood and shadows. Dartmoor, a place of windswept beauty and treacherous mystery. Stretching across Devon's wildest terrain, it is a land of ancient standing stones, fog-drenched valleys and deep untamed woods, where few dare to tread after dark. Legends whisper of spectral hounds, ghostly monks, and even the devil himself roaming these lands. But none inspire more fear than the Dogman of Dartmoor, a creature said to be half man, half beast, with glowing eyes and a thirst for blood. For centuries, locals have spoken of strange sightings, enormous wolf-like beasts standing on their hind legs, their breath steaming in the cold moor air, watching, waiting. But to truly understand the horror of the Dogman, we must go back to the time when this legend was first born. Cursed bloodline of Baskerville House. Historical fact meets horror. The story begins in the 1700s when a notorious landowner, Sir Geoffrey Baskerville, ruled over a vast estate on the edge of Dartmoor. Ruthless, cruel, and feared by all, Sir Geoffrey was infamous for his love of hunting. But his quarry was not just deer, foxes, or wild boar. His tastes were darker. Tales whispered of drunken hunting parties where servants and beggars were loosed into the woods like animals, only to be pursued by Sir Geoffrey and his pack of massive black hounds trained to tear flesh from bone. It was said that one fateful night, after a particularly brutal hunt, Sir Geoffrey was cursed, and an old woman, perhaps a witch, or maybe something far worse, stood in the doorway of his grand manor. She raised a gnarled hand and uttered words that froze the blood in his veins.
May the beast within you take form. May the hounds you command become your masters. And may your bloodline forever suffer the wrath of the Dogman.
That night, a storm raged across the moors. Lightning split the sky, and monstrous howls echoed through the valley. When dawn came, the servants found Sir Geoffrey's bedroom torn apart, as though something huge and inhuman had thrashed and clawed its way out. He was never seen in human form again. His son, terrified and desperate to break the curse, fled the manor and burned it to the ground. But the legend did not die with the house. In the centuries that followed, sightings of a beast, a man-like wolf with burning yellow eyes, became all too frequent. The curse had taken root, and the Dogman of Dartmoor had been born. The Beast in the Mist. Witness accounts of the Dartmoor Dogman. The first recorded sighting of the Dartmoor Dogman dates back to 1879, when a group of travellers reported seeing a hulking figure covered in black fur standing upright before dropping away on all fours. In 1912, a farmer claimed he lost an entire flock of sheep overnight, their bodies ripped apart but not eaten. The local constable found massive claw marks in the frozen earth, too large to belong to any known animal. Then came the most chilling account, recorded in 1965, when a school teacher named Richard Carrington was hiking alone near Whitsman's Wood a place already feared for its twisted skeletal trees and ghostly legends. As dusk fell, he heard heavy breathing in the fog, followed by the snap of twigs. Turning, he locked eyes with something huge and humanoid. It was like a man, but not a man. Towering, covered in fur, eyes glowing like embers. It stood upright, sniffing the air. Then in a single bound, it was gone into the trees. Carrington fled, never returning to Dartmoor. In recent years, hikers, campers, and even military personnel on training exercises have reported hearing guttural growls, finding enormous canine footprints, and even glimpsing shadowy figures watching them from the trees. But what is it? A supernatural curse? An ancient predator hidden in the wilds? Or something even worse? The dark truth behind the legend. Some believe the Dogman of Dartmoor is linked to the phantom black hounds of British folklore, such as the infamous Black Shuck or the Hound of the Baskervilles, which Sir Arthur Conan Doyle based on real local legends. Others suggest a more sinister origin, a forgotten race of feral humans surviving in the depths of the moor, inbred and monstrous. Perhaps the legend is a warning, a way to keep people out of the darkest corners of Dartmoor, where something ancient and malevolent waits. Modern encounters. The terror continues. In 2021, a wild camper named Elliot Marsh set up his tent near Bellevuer Forest. In the dead of the night, he woke to low, rumbling growls outside his tent. Gripping his flashlight, he unzipped the entrance just enough to peek outside. What he saw made his blood run cold. A massive wolf-like figure standing on its hind legs, staring straight at him. Frozen in fear, he could barely breathe as the beast bared its teeth, its saliva glistening in the moonlight. Then just as suddenly, it turned and vanished into the darkness. Elliot packed up immediately and never camped on Dartmoor again. Other hikers have reported finding mutilated deer carcasses with deep claw marks, their bodies eerily untouched, apart from the savage wounds, as though whatever attacked them had no interest in feeding, only killing. Conclusion. A warning to the brave. The legend of the Dogman of Dartmoor refuses to die. Is it just folklore, a trick of the mind in the shifting mists? Or is there something else lurking in the shadows? If you ever find yourself alone in Dartmoor after dark, listen carefully. The wind may whisper secrets long forgotten. The trees may shift in ways you cannot explain. And if, in the silence, you hear the slow, deliberate panting of something not quite human, pray that the Dogman has already found its prey, and that it isn't you.